If you took your hat off right now with that sweater, you'd look like a shop teacher.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, now you got the hearing protection on.
Yeah.
Definitely a shop teacher, man. Yeah. Looks good.
Oh, fart smells terrible.
Oh,
God,
that's
it
what you
burns my
just did?
nostrils. Yeah.
Oh.
See, I can't. I want to fart for you sometimes, and it's loud. But
I want to fart for you sometimes. Was that supposed to sound romantic?
Yeah,
Or?
No. You know, like, because it's fun to, show off your farts.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, loud
especially
farts,
if you know
like,
you got a
listen
good
to
one.
this triumphant bastard that's about to bellow out of my asshole. You know, that's what you're thinking. And see, the problem is this microphone is just so fucking good. It doesn't pick up my farts.
Meanwhile, you're over there and you're the Louis Armstrong of farts right now. And you're just like, I want to share it.
Like, trumpet. But
if your ass did that, somebody called Guinness. You need to make a new fucking section in Guinness.
Make a proper tone. And it actually was the right tone for the song that I was humming at the time. And it was really funny because it was the end note, and I thought I was going to be real funny and just, go, and it'd just be a fart. Well, unbeknownst to me, did I know that it was going to be like a perfect tone?
Too bad it didn't harmonize with you.
Now,
that would have made it even better.
That's when you got magic going, right? When you can
something
sing and fart and harmonize with those two pitches,
right?
That's when you know you really got something.
I guess so. Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the intro to this episode for sure.
Oh, cool. Hey, whatever. You know what? Everybody farts. Everybody poops. Everybody pees.
A little bug flying around. It's just this little piece of fuzz that's just perfectly attached to the microphone thing with like a hair that was blowing from the fan output on my computer. I was like,
cool story.
Yeah, great story. Great way to start.
Yeah.
Eighth podcast.
No, I think it's 7.
Fuck off. I don't think you're right.
No, it's.
I'm going to the YouTube.
You're
now.
right. I think you're right. I think this is 8.
Yeah. Right.
No, I think this is 7.
This is 8.
This is 8. That's what I said. This is 8.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So this is the 8th podcast.
Okay.
So that
means we got 2 more.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that 10 episode seasons.
So you think we're going to do 12?
Because there'd be like fucking 5 seasons a year or something silly.
Well, your plan was to cut it at fucking 6. So, I mean, how many?
Yeah.
What?
No, now I've like changed to the other side. Like, I'm like,
okay, so now
maybe
we're going
more.
the other direction.
Maybe more is.
Okay, so what do you think? Like 20? What do they do for the Always Sunny podcast?
I don't think they say seasons a lot
well,
in
that's
podcasts.
The thing. I mean, are we going to do that? Are we really going to call it seasons? Season 1. Episode 1.
I mean, I have it on our YouTube channel listed under season 1.
Okay.
Because I figured, I don't know, when I guess I did it.
Seasons, I think
it helps differentiate between certain times, but I don't know what the number would be.
Absolutely.
Maybe
I think we're going to really catch our stride around episode 46.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that maybe.
Name that movie, folks who are listening. Name that movie. And if you don't get it, we're not friends anymore.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Thank you.
Duh.
Okay, cool.
I almost blurted it out until you were like, people at home, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not allowed to participate.
Yeah.
I don't know what a good number is, and I think that maybe we just go until it feels
20.
I think we just go until it feels like that's all we wanted to say for that season. Maybe it's about making somehow a natural loop back.
Looping it back to the poop radio.
Yeah, but it has to be natural. I don't want it to be planned. Because I don't care if it's 20 or 100 episodes. As long as it's...
Well, I don't think it should be 100. Fuck.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if we were going to do it naturally, like, if we were on, like, episode 56 and we were like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a different season.
Okay.
And maybe different okay, here's a weird one. So we kind of have a thing that we do every week. It's kind of similar.
What?
Like we have a flow. We have certain segments that keep coming back.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's definitely some things coming back.
So like American Horror Story, right? We have different seasons. Same people, same characters, different story.
Okay.
Maybe we just completely fucking change the format every season. Maybe keep some of the good shit, but just fucking do something fucking weird. Change it. You were talking about the fucking true crime shit. Maybe we do a season of some true crime shit, or made up
that could be really
or
great.
made up true crime shit like comedy, like we have something we actually fucking build.
You know, speaking of crime, so I'm assuming you've heard about this lady cop.
Oh, yes. I was hoping, because you know why? On YouTube, her picture is gonna be the center point of this episode, because I knew we were gonna have
riding that thing.
We were gonna have to
doing their bull.
Dude, how are we not gonna talk about this?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I mean, it's been going on. What has it been, like 3 weeks now? It's been like in the media and all that.
I own a week and a half.
Yeah, see, I only just noticed about it like maybe a week ago, and then I saw another thing today, and I was like, "Wow, what is this? Let's really dig into this."
The thing that kept happening is I kept seeing her picture and memes everywhere, and I'm just like, I'm like in the Always Sunny
what am I missing
meme
out
group
on?
and Trailer Park Boys meme group and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I looked it up. Did you know it's not just 6? It's possibly 8.
Well, so
6 were fired, including her. So it's 5 plus 2.
Yeah, no, it's not just like her and the night shift guys. Well, I mean,
there were 2 other people that weren't fired that apparently might have
there's more than 2 that weren't fired. There's like 4 that weren't fired. There's 3 guys who were suspended without pay for 2 weeks.
Right.
And then there's another guy that was suspended without pay for 1 week.
Right.
And then you had like 5 other guys plus the lady cop that were fired, right?
Right.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, damn near whole department, you know?
Yeah, I mean, what is my I wonder if my no, it's not in here. I made a search. It was like lady cop who banged all her coworkers to find it on Google. Lady cop who banged.
Yeah, it's something else. And
this is the
it's
thing,
a really
though, right?
wide range of dudes. Like, I'm looking at the pictures of these guys, and like 2 of them are sergeants.
Oh,
2
yeah,
of these guys are
like,
sergeants.
and it's not a huge police force, from what I understand, either.
Hell no. And one of the sergeants that's been around for a while, he got demoted. dude, it's pretty ridiculous.
So
Well, this is the whole time I'm thinking like, dude, so the mayor is the one that turned him in, right? He got some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Anonymous tip
yeah,
from someone. And yeah, and then that turned into like a 20-page email or something like that. And then they end up getting him on all sorts of things. But was it all the guys at once? Or was this like individual dude, every other day is a different penis for this lady?
8 cops have faced action so far, with 5 fired and 3 suspended.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 20-page report. Oh,
dude.
She also was telling the cops that she was in an open marriage, which her husband was not on board with. And did you hear the best part? Last I heard, he's sticking around. He wants to try to make it work. Oh, he's broken. He's fucking broken.
Oh my God, that poor guy.
I know.
That poor man. He is broken. He has been broken. Dude.
There was a Girls Gone Wild theme style hot tub party.
On one of the boats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what this world is coming to, but what I do know
people
is
get horny. People do things at work.
That husband is either a saint or it's just that good. I don't know, man.
No. It's just a lot of that probably is that he's only had the one lady and he doesn't know anything else.
He's like, I don't want to have to find love at, what are they? They got to be in their 20s, 30s.
Late 20s, early 30s probably.
And he's probably like, I don't want to have to do this again. And like feeling like
one of those sergeants was like in his 40s, right?
I bet you he feels like it's his failure or something. And it's like, no, dude, your wife's just a bit promiscuous.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that we've got a serious sexaholic going on here.
Yeah, she needs Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous, man. Like
something.
Yeah,
she needs to go hang out with fucking Julia from Horrible Bosses.
Oh, yeah.
The sex addicted dentist, Charlie Day's boss, played by Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, I do.
Now listen here, Julia. You're gonna sit your little ass down and listen.
That's a good Charlie Day.
Yeah, she sexually harasses him quite a bit.
A lot. And not very nice. It's never good to do that. And like, yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to say too much horrible shit about her. I'm sure she has enough of it being slung at her, but I'm wondering what the fuck was going through her mind. Like, how long did you think that was those guys? Do you think you were going to be able to keep that up for a while? And like, yeah, knowing most of their age range, like they must have been.
Most of them got to be married with kids.
This probably ruined a lot of lives. A lot of lives.
Yeah. Well, you fuck around, you find out, I guess. Literally.
Fuck around to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a direct correlation.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. It's fucked up. Either way, I know that if that had happened to me, if I had been the husband, I'd be like,
all's business.
Goodbye.
And like, here's the other side of things. Like, did they hurt anybody? Did I do something mean to someone? Was it a hate crime? No, because there are all sorts of different ethnicities that she's messing around with, dude. You see, there's like 3 white guys, 1 Spanish fella, and like 2 African American or 3 African American dudes. Like she's got the rainbow going, and you know she's just trying to find the pot of gold at the end, I guess.
I know
chasing that dong dream.
She made a comment about one of their cocks. I don't want to even repeat it.
No, do what I want to hear. Tell us.
No, I'd rather not.
Are you going to tell me later?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just send you the link to the news article. But like, she was like really impressed by one of her coworkers' members' size.
Okay, cool.
I'm going like this, like it's a bass.
Like, Jesus.
It was like this big.
It was like 4 feet wide.
You know, fire hoses. Well, he just throws it over his shoulder when he's in the shower. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she made some pretty crazy comments that I just don't feel comfortable repeating. That's all.
Really?
And that's me.
That's impressive.
But it's also because she was like speaking directly
this
about
is a man
race.
who's flipped a fucking table in the middle of a.
She was speaking directly about race, so I don't think that's my place to repeat that shit.
Okay, fair enough.
That's all. That's all. I wouldn't be comfortable saying that. I wouldn't be like, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I did flip a table into a street once, but
he did.
Whatever.
This is a guy. He's got balls for days.
It's not even
want to talk about that.
It's not even balls, dude. It was just drunken balls. That's not the same thing. I mean, maybe it is because I knew exactly what I was doing. I remember it.
Exactly.
I was
That's the
fucked
problem.
up big time, but I remember it like.
You never dare Josh or say that he won't do anything when he's drunk, because he's going to prove you wrong.
Long story short, I believe this was around the time that I was not having Coca-Cola with my Captain and Cokes, so I was drinking straight doubles. This went on for a couple of tours around that time, and it led into problems. It led to me punching out a television. That's another story. I've told that one, I think, before, haven't I?
You haven't told it on here, I don't think.
That'll be another day.
Okay.
I punched out a hotel on the television. A hotel television. I'll tell that another day. But this one, that one also involved maybe breaking into a mall. I'm not sure. This one, this table, okay. I'm out to dinner with an LD, who's the guy who operates the lighting control.
Lighting designer, lighting director.
Yep.
LD.
On the buttons. Makes you flashy flashing. I was a dimmer tech, and my crew chief was out with us too. So it's the three of us, and we're out on like a sidewalk style table, and I've been drinking, and we're out, and maybe we're there eating dinner. I don't know if we were just having drinks. That part's hazy. Like I said, I was fucked up. Anyways, somehow I said something to the fact of, I'll flip this table into the goddamn road, because, we're on a sidewalk outside of a restaurant or whatever. I was like, I'll fucking do it. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you won't. And I was like, you want to make a fucking bet? And as soon as I said that, my hands were already under the table on the lip of it. And I fucking did one of these and like flipped and forcefully pushed out. And I'm pretty sure it ended up in the street. And like the guys fucking, I don't know how we got out of that one. Now that I look back at that, I'm not sure how we got out of that one. Did someone pay off somebody?
I don't know, but Paul told me he was pissed. He was like, I couldn't fucking believe it. And he said, and from that day on, I knew I should never dare Josh to do anything when he is drunk.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not even that
anything.
It's not that he really even dared me. It's just that I said I was going to do something, and he didn't think I would do it because.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. Like I
He's like, you're fucking lying. You won't do it.
My logic is, because I try to stick with it, if you say you're going to do something, stick to it, right? So.
Oh, God.
So, no, seriously. So when that translates into drunken logic.
Oh, God.
Right? That. In my head, I'm like, I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I fucking did it. And so anyway, we get like, I don't know. It gets hazy after that. Like things were kind of a flurry. I think
So you didn't like fight with either of them or anybody?
well, no,
didn't,
this
like-
is I'm like this is what I'm getting to. This is I'm gonna tell you what I remember. Because it gets blurry. I was like obviously on the verge of blacking out because like prior to this little moment in time, man, I don't know what was going on. Prior to the moment after this for a little bit, I don't know what was going on. So somehow we got out of there. I don't know if there was, money to be paid or what I broke or if I broke anything. I'm sure I did. Who am I kidding? Apparently, they took me back to the hotel.
They took you back to the hotel. Gotcha.
Yeah, they took me back to the hotel and were like, go to bed. I was like, okay.
You go to bed, young man.
Yeah, pretty much. You fucked up piece of shit.
Oh,
and
funny.
this is kind of where my memory kicks in. I remember them like, I kind of think I remember them being like, go and lay down and closing the door. And me being like, like waiting 5 minutes or something and marching my stupid ass right back down into the lobby and right out the front door. And as I go fucking out into the night, they're there already waiting for me. Like Paul was out having a butt or whatever. And they're like, get your fucking ass back in there. Who knows what I would have done? I would have probably ended up dead.
You probably would have tore that down a new asshole.
Or I would have been dead or in jail. One or the other.
Yeah, neither one makes a baby.
How I've never ended up arrested, I will not. Couldn't tell you how. No fucking clue.
That's impressive.
Considering what the things that I did do when I was drunk that I ended up getting away with, yeah. And not say that I'm bragging that I got away with them. It's just like, I don't know what happened on that occasion. I know what happened with the TV thing. That would have just been like paying for it. I don't know.
That reminds me.
But then again, I think I did get into a building that was locked. That's another story. No, that's next week.
Yeah,
maybe.
another story, another like maybe season 1, episode 87, something like that.
Yeah, 142. We'll wait that long.
So that reminds me, last episode, I was saying that I wanted to talk about me being naked in a hotel.
Right.
And I was like, well, that's more of like a visual kind of experience, and yeah, I am here now. In case anybody actually wanted to hop on YouTube and check us out. Last week I was not around, but I am this week. Coming to you live.
How's the new penis?
It's Bubba.
Treating you.
What?
Good. The new penis.
Yeah. I recently got surgery. They gave me an addictomy. So, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's good you didn't go down south, like, different country where it's called a strapedictomy because, they can't use the U.S.
Don't make
name.
your eyes wide when you do it. Like strapedictomy.
Strapedictomy.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I'm coming to you live. Anyways, yeah, here I am. Boom.
Doesn't even need a chair anymore. He just sits on that fat wide cock of his.
like I'm Harry Potter sitting on a broom.
Yeah.
So I was underage and I was in Canada and I had been, I was under 21, but in Canada you can drink when you're 18, which is awesome.
Can you still?
And I don't know. And that doesn't matter anymore. But when my story took place, it did. I was either 18 or 19. I think maybe 19. And I was out on tour. I was doing a skating show, and the skaters and my buddy, we all went out. We were in Toronto. They took me out all around the city, and we were having a good old time. We hit so many different bars, and they're just drinking, vodka and Red Bull. So they're like going hard. There is no stopping these people. They're in great shape, and they're drinking like go juice. So I'm trying to keep up. I'm drinking my Captain and Cokes, and I'm drinking basically the same amount that they are. And it wasn't my thing to go out drinking at that age.
Right.
I wasn't really into that. I just like smoking a lot of weed.
Right.
So, I'm out having a good old time, and I get back to the hotel, and it's like 3 a.m. probably. I strip down to the birthday suit and hop into bed. And but it's like one of those deals where you stumble into the room, open the door, and then like drop your key, take off your layers of clothes, and then basically fall into the bed. Right? It's one of those. So I had to go pee pee very bad. I didn't piss like the entire night. I had that young man's bladder, could just go all night drinking and drinking and drinking, and I wasn't pissing at all. So the next morning, it's like 4 a.m., maybe 5, getting pretty close to like morning.
Right.
And I have to piss like a racehorse. So the weird thing about my room was that the door out into the hallway is right next to the door into my bathroom, because I was at the furthest end of the hall, one of those weird like alcove kind of doors. So there was like a doorway that was perfectly parallel to the hallway. Then there was a section, like a little alcove area in front of my room. And then there was the door into my room. So I at least had an area to hang out in, because as soon as I woke up, went to walk into the bathroom, as soon as I hear that ka-chunk, I got instantly sober, because I was out in the hallway and I was bare ass, naked. I'm on all fours instantly, like, oh no. Maybe I have the room key, because I do remember, hitting the room key, walking into the room, dropping things like out of my hands and throwing one of these, stripping things off. I'm thinking like, oh man, maybe I can like get my fingers under the door. What if the room key is right there? Wouldn't that be perfect? Wouldn't that be ideal? Right? It wasn't. And I'm not wearing socks. I'm not wearing anything. Nothing to cover up the beanbag, right? I'm using my beanbag to cover my butthole. So I am sitting there and I'm thinking like, well, what do I do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I am the only member of the crew. I am the only member of the tour that is on my floor. One sec. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, I need to figure something out. I need to get to the front desk. I need to get a new room key. Oh, and then it clicks in my head. There's always a telephone right near the elevator. For the most part, there's usually a telephone like on a table or something near the elevator banks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Usually you'll find that. And for any of you that get stuck in this situation, just remember that shit. Okay? Because last thing you want to do is spend your Sunday afternoon barreling ass down the hallways of the hotel room naked, because it sucks. It's not fun. Not fun for anybody. So there I am. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to run to the elevator banks and I'm going to run back. Now, mind you, I have to piss very badly this entire time. So I cut ball and ass, right? And I run my ass down to the elevator. And I get to the elevator. I pick up the phone, dial that 0. I'm like, ring, ring, ring. And it's taken a hot minute for them to answer. I'm thinking like the whole time, like my heart is just beating like crazy, thinking like, oh man, somebody's going to come and see me naked. But the nice thing is, if I can get back to my little alcove, nobody will see me and it'll be okay. So I call the front desk. The front desk finally picks up and they say, hello. And I said, hi, I have a situation. I have a problem. I was locked out of my room and I need a new room key. And the lady says, oh, okay, sir. Well, if you'd like to, just come on down to the front desk, bring some identification, and we'll make sure that we get you that room key and you'll be all set. I said, that's not going to happen. I'm locked out of my room and I am naked right now and I'm having a big problem. And she said, we'll send security right up. Click. And then I cut ball and ass. And I'm at the furthest end of the fucking hall, dude. Some of these hallways in these hotels are long, especially in this hotel.
Right.
I'll never forget that hotel, ever. I've been there multiple times since then. Anyways, get into my little alcove and I'm waiting there. And dude, I have got to pee. I've got to piss so fucking bad I can almost taste it, right? So I've got a death grip on myself to keep me from pissing.
Right.
So I'm holding on to myself and I'm like, oh my God, will that guy get here, please? And so finally, all of a sudden, I can hear somebody walking down the hall. I'm thinking like, okay, I hope this is the dude. I hope this is the dude. Sure enough, it is. And he doesn't just, like hand the key around the corner or anything like that. No, pops out right in front of me. I've got, my pecker in my hand and he looks at me. He's like, oh, and he goes, here's your room key. And he's handing me the room key. And as he hands me the room key, I let go of myself. And when I did that, I shot piss like goose, like a fucking piss cannon right against the wall. I grabbed the key card, grabbed myself again, pinched it off. And then I ran into the room. And the guy goes, hey, I'm going to need to see some ID as soon as you get in there. I was like, dude, as soon as I get in there, I'm going to piss, put on some clothes, and then you will get that ID. I guarantee it. So get in there, do my thing, show him the ID. I'm embarrassed as all hell. It's like one of my first tours, super young. And I'm hanging out in my room and I'm thinking like, man, I can't tell anybody about this. I will never hear the end of this my entire life. I will never hear the end of this. So I kept that a secret for a year before I told anyone. And we were actually back at that hotel the next year. And I can't remember if it was maybe Paul. Must have been Paul who was with me on that one. And I was like, yeah, you know what happened to me the last time I was here? And I told him the story. And I told Terry the story. And Terry's like, no way. No way. I said, yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Fucking Terry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. No, it was rough stuff. Definitely rough stuff. But one of my funnier road stories for sure.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. And not bad. Not bad. And happened early
on.
I've
heard it so much. I knew pretty much every beat you were going to tell that story. I knew every single one.
Yeah. No, it's one I tell frequently. It's definitely one of my best ones.
Yep. That's a good one. Oh man, the road, it can be vicious.
It is, dude. It's really vicious.
So many fucked up things can happen. It's super ridiculous. I don't know. And
you never mean for it. You never mean for it. You're never prepared for it.
No.
You're always like, how in the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, I told you about the bus, right? What happened to the bus on the tour I was on last year? Hitting, taking the fucking air conditioners off, like all of them.
Oh yeah, he went under the. What did he hit him on? I can't remember what you said. Oh, in the venue? Was it in the venue?
No,
going into the venue.
It was leaving the Chicago theater, then a couple hundred feet of leaving the Chicago theater. What I think it was non-tour bus drivers driving. Not exactly tour buses. It was buses that had been retrofitted at some point in time, but they weren't like your normal Prevost, or it wasn't your normal base platform for a tour bus.
Right.
It was more of like a sit-up tour bus that I think got I don't know, dude. I got a couple stories about this that'll kind of tie together and show you like the type of person that owned these buses.
Okay.
We're leaving the Chicago theater. I have been to the Chicago theater more times than I can count. I've never had an issue. But I think this is what happens when you hire like a city bus driver from a specific city who just doesn't know. And a lot of these tour bus drivers, they know. And they've got lead drivers. Usually it's a bigger tour that's more than one bus. And they've got lead drivers who have done it. So even then people coming up are like, you don't want to go under here. Your height.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody knows the route.
We get in the bus. This tour was weird. Instead of going to the next city, we go to a hotel, and then the next day would be a day off, and we drive to the next hotel for 2 to 4 or 5 hours. Fucking sucked.
I hate tours like that. Stupid.
Fucking hated it. Anyways, so we're going to our hotel just outside of Chicago. Me and my buddy Charlie, we get up under the bus. We go to the back lounge. It was just us because it was us and a bunch of people from another country pretty much, except for like 2 other people, and they would hang out with them, but we really, they drank, we didn't, kind of situation too. Like we were the only 2 people that just didn't drink. And that's all that was going on up there, and loud and fucking just chill in the back lounge.
I hate
bus
that.
was shit anyway, and we were only going a short distance, so she pulls out, and all of a sudden I hear boom, 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 boom. And I was like, getting closer. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, look at Charlie, like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, no.
And we pull over and like back up a little bit. And I look out the window and there's a big, the bus was all white. There's a big white chunk of fucking AC unit out there. And this homeless guy picks it up and he fucking starts walking away with it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Did we really just shear off every single AC unit on the bus? And according to the people who were in the front lounge, this is what she said after the first whoomp. What was that?
Oh my God. After the first one, what was that? Did you hear it?
And
there
then
it is
sent
again.
it. And then fucking sent it.
Just gotta send it.
So, okay.
Oh my God.
They're like, we got to figure out a bus. There was a little more fly dates and some other shit on this, but it was like, we got to figure out a bus for certain drives. We had like 1 or 2 long drives that were still coming up. Where was I in the story? So anyways, yeah. So we stayed the night at the hotel, right? Stay the night at the hotel, fucking get up the next day, and we're waiting for this sit-up bus to show up. And I'm pissed. Like, it's supposed to be there at noon. It's now 3. It hasn't shown up. We get the wild idea to, fucking get this zip car or whatever the fuck it was and go over to the bus because we think even though our personal items had been picked up from it, we thought that there was a couple things that were left over, and there were. So we go over to get into this, like, it was weird, some sort of shipping yard, holding area. We get there. The bus is fucked. Like, it looks like she may have hit more of them off, like more pieces of them off on the way over there.
You guys have no idea how hot it can get with no AC units on a bus.
Oh, it's horrible. It's the worst.
Awful.
Yeah. So, and it's not really summer, but it's summer-esque. I mean, it's kind of summer. Either way, I don't really remember what month it was, but it wasn't like the bus shouldn't be going anywhere. It looked like she had removed even more of them off, or maybe like she took them off on purpose. I don't fucking know. Anyways, so Charlie, myself, and the chick that was with us, the audio girl, we go back to the hotel, and our production manager gets a call. Hey, they think that they are. How do you feel comfortable riding in the bus? Again, they said that they've fixed. Like they have a workaround on the AC units.
A workaround?
We had literally and it's ready to go. And I'm like, we were just there 10, 15 minutes ago. And here's pictures of the bus. Because we hoisted Charlie up onto the back of a fucking tractor trailer. Like him gripping like this with his fucking iPhone up just to get a good high picture of the damage, which if I haven't shown you, I will show you at some point.
Okay.
Maybe I'll include it here. Anyways, he asks us, and the crew's like, fuck no. No, we don't feel comfortable riding that bus. Like, especially that, like, we're gonna die in that bus. Like, this person
you
isn't
need
experienced. Besides the fact that when we were in the bus, you look up in the back lounge and you're looking at the fucking sky. Anyhow.
Well, it looks like rain, guys. Grab your gear.
So, like, a couple weeks go by, and all of a sudden this bus shows up, and it's just as janky and fucked up as the last one in a lot of terms. Toilet didn't work. Air wasn't working properly. A litany of issues. But apparently last year, because everyone and their mother wanted to get back to touring after COVID, buses, you needed to have them booked months and 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 months in advance. Unlike being able to call up and find, oh yeah, we got one sitting, we got one left, you know, like, instead of there being that, like, there was like, there are no buses, there will be no buses. These buses are booked. So I think the bus company name, I don't even want to repeat it. I don't even know if I have it right, so I wouldn't want to say it, but it was this weird, like, 3-letter blah 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 transportation. Never fucking heard of them. Anyways, this bus shows up and it's jet black and it's disgusting inside. Like, no one's cleaned it. I found this was kind of cool. I found
I'm expecting like you to say condom or something.
No, like, I opened my bunk and, like, I think it might have been, like, stuck to the fabric of the fucking curtain. A fucking 5-pack of pre-rolls fell out of it that had 4 out of the 5 in there, or 3.5 out of the 5. So I was like, cool. Fucking tasted horrible because they were so old, but it was like, whatever, cool. But it was still disgusting. And but they did the trick. Anyways, so this bus is disgusting, and one of the first things that we realize is it's been wrapped, not professionally. I don't know who wrapped this bus in black vinyl, but someone did. And one of the biggest problems is in the back lounge, they vinyled over the back windows. So it was like being in a sub, and it almost gave you a motion sickness. If you can get that, not being able to see at least a little bit of the horizon was fucking me up a little bit. But I was like, who did this? So one day, Charlie, this is just to fast forward. So it was gross bus, on par for the other buses. Got a totally different driver, also not good. One of the first nights we're driving to a casino, Charlie and I are in the back lounge, and we're just driving on the fucking interstate or whatever. And this is me and Charlie in the back lounge. What the fuck? People were listening. Imagine me just jumping up and down like 6 inches. We're like, what the fuck is going on? I don't think she's got the air ride right or something. We were just fucking like, Charlie like went like up sideways and like fucking like this far off the seat. Like, we were getting mad air. There was something wrong with the suspension. And again, we're both like, we're going to die in this fucking bus. I hope we don't have to ride this bus very long. Anyways, fast forward, we're at that casino that day. Charlie and I are outside the bus, and we're looking at the bubbles in the fucking vinyl that someone had wrapped this fucking old bus in. And Charlie's got a knife out, and he pokes one with it, a bubble, and I smooth it out, and it looks really good. So we're like, cool. Pops another one, smooth it out.
Smooth out. Looks
this
good.
SUV is, yeah, we're parked outside this casino. This SUV is coming up, and I pop another one, smooth it out, and big guy gets out. He's like, who's going to pay for that? Like, motioning to the bubble that we just did that left a little ripple in there. And I go, I don't know. He goes, hi, I'm so-and-so, owner of the bus company. Oh, hi, Josh, lighting. Nice to meet you. Yeah, no, we were just popping bubbles out of this horrible vinyl wrap on your bus. So how you liking the buses? I'll tell you. Let's call him Ted. Hey, Ted, I'll tell you.
Well, I'll tell you, Ted.
They're great. It's great. Like, I literally just ate shit and didn't say a fucking word about how horrible
I wouldn't have. I'd have done that, like, weird thing that I do that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. But like at that point, I'm like, I just don't need problems with him going to anyone on the tour and saying these guys were
Sure,
fucking
fair
up
enough.
the vinyl.
Fair enough.
No, man, your vinyl was fucked up and we were actually fixing it. So I kind of ate a shit sandwich on that. But after the fact, I was like kicking myself in the ass. I want to be like, they're fucking pieces of shit. Anyway, he's like, oh, we got someone coming to look at, I think it was the toilet or the AC at that point. But this is where it gets weird. All of a sudden, 3 people show up. Okay. It was out of a fucking 80s crime movie. You got some fucking businessmen that are of certain descents, 3 different descents. They're very different looking people. I don't want to judge what race they were, but they were like from Middle Eastern countries, judging by how they were dressed. And I'm assuming they were the money men because they were all like having this weird conversation. It was almost like some sort of weird bad business was there. And they were all like happy to meet us, me and Charlie. And then they got on our bus with our stuff on it. And we're like taking pictures. And it was really fucking weird, dude. That's what I'm saying. It really felt like it was out of some sort of fucking 80s crime movie. It's like, here they are, briefcases, dressed to the nines, but dressed ethnically is the nicest way I can put it. Like they're dressed in their cultural heritage style garb, whether it be headwear or facewear or I'm sorry. Like I don't know how else to say it because I'm afraid that I'll get canceled just for saying what it was.
I get it, dude. I get it. Whatever.
But it was fucking weird. And it put me off, dude. Like, why are you shouldn't be getting on the bus with these guys. I understand getting on with the repair guy who's supposed to be repairing stuff, but it was like some fucking Billy Bob and his goddamn wife trying to repair something. It didn't end up getting repaired. It was really weird, dude. It was like like laundering money. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but we ended up. I can't remember how it went down, and if Charlie watches this episode, which he's caught up now, so he probably will be watching it this week. Charlie, you got to refresh my memory on what we came up with the VIN information. I remember it was old. I remember Charlie's pretty cool like that, man. Like he's like, let's just go buy this and we'll look up the VIN information or whatever. And
yeah, sure. You can do that. Yeah.
Database information and background check people just for fun and stuff like that.
Ask for the Carfax.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Charlie facts. Sure. I asked for the Charlie facts instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was one of those weird situations where I hope I never see that bus company again. And if I did, I would probably, like, I was causing a stink with the home office about it. I'm like, this is fucked. Yeah. Sorry, you got to get these guys to get this shit straightened out. I'm not
fair enough.
Not trying to be a bitch, but I'm not trying to go backwards in touring. I expect at least a fucking mediocre level of transportation. Not something that I'm afraid is going to get driven off a cliff.
Something that you'll survive in that, keeps your drinks cold and your pee going down a toilet.
And not stinky.
Doesn't smell disgusting. And yeah, that's all.
Back lounge doesn't make you hit your head on the top when you're sitting there.
Yeah, and like the bus driver, I mean, he doesn't even have to clean up or anything
Both
like that. Like, I know
nothing
some
wrong
bus
with
drivers will clean all sorts of things, does the sheets and all that. That's awesome. Like, that's going over the top. But at the end of the tour, I bet you almost everybody on that tour is giving them a really great like tip and things like that. Like, we'll usually do that on a tour.
Just got
the driver.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that I just got an email from the driver I had on one tour last year, and we tipped him out over $1,000.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, when you start getting into like 12 people on the bus and you've got all the bunks loaded,
we had like 15.
It's a pretty decent payout for him.
I think we had 15 usually like or 16.
I'll usually do $100 minimum.
Yeah, I think it was like 15 or 16 people. It was a beat the street.
Oh, okay.
Double decker.
Oh, okay.
And it might have been more closer to 15 or 16 because what had happened was someone put in our WhatsApp group, hey, it'd be great to tip out the driver, and put like some lowball fucking figure in there, like $20. And I had to pull him aside and I was like, bro, like the minimum you should be tipping out a driver for like a 2.5-month tour is $100.
Yeah.
Easy.
Minimum.
The dude kept you safe and kept you alive through many middle of the nights while you were sleeping comfortably in your bunk. It's the least he deserves. Yeah. And he was like, oh, fuck, man. This is like, I don't remember if it was like just his second serious tour or what it was, or he wasn't just used to it, but he was like super apologetic. He's like, fucking absolutely, man. He deserves it and then some. Yeah. But this is just what I know. And I'm like, okay, man, but I'm just, and this was my dimmer guy. And I was like, but this is what I know. He's like, cool. So he makes it, he WhatsApps and says, hey, I made a mistake. Cool. Fast forward to the day. Someone decides that they're only going to put in like, I think it was like 30, 40, $50. And I was just like, fuck. And there was a couple other people that didn't put in very much. And there was a lot of first time tours there. Maybe people who didn't make a ton of money. It was still a long tour. They should have.
Yeah. Know. I mean, you're making enough to offer up more than 50 fucking bucks, bro.
Exactly. So like my buddy Merritt, I believe was one of them. Adrian, my dimmer tech. I believe Charlie also helped, and myself. We threw in a bunch of extra to make the number that we thought was right.
Yeah.
I threw in like almost $200 extra. I know Adrian threw in like a couple $100. You know, like we made it right.
Yeah. Anyways, so we started watching Hell's Kitchen tonight.
Right.
And I was like, oh, which Hell's Kitchen are we watching? What season? And all of a sudden, this blonde-haired bastard gets on there. Hey, I'm Billy. Yo. You know, true flavor. I'm like, dude, boo, bro. Oh man, this sucks. Yeah, so I'm really intrigued to actually watch the season and see where this goes.
Yeah, see if he's actually any good.
I'll keep you
Please
apprised.
Keep me informed.
Yeah, we'll see how many episodes he makes it.
I already know.
Yeah, you said something like 5.
I think
right?
it's like
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5, somewhere in there. He's like the fourth. I think the fourth person executed.
Fair enough. Honestly, you know, he seems like a nice guy.
I'm sure he is.
Seems pretty nice. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being mean.
I'm sure he's fine. The only reason why I'm even judging is the fact, and I'm sure it's what really the owners did. They took an opportunity. It just sucks what they did to the people who were there before him.
Yes.
They should have had a better opportunity. But the kicker in the pants is this whole games thing that they're having up here doesn't seem like it's attracted as many people as I think people wished.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Weird. Did I call that a couple episodes ago?
Yes. No, yep, that definitely happened.
Right.
But
I did.
You also have to remember, folks, the weather has not been the best for this.
Doesn't mean weather shit. They have had tickets sold for a long time that, you know, they've had tickets for sale for a while. You couldn't predict the weather. The fact is the tickets sold are what is showing up, I think. It's not like people were like, oh, the weather, we're going to refund. Like, I just think it didn't attract attention because no one cares about ancillary things anymore, you know? I think it's like, they're like, oh, the games, the Olympics, or the Special Olympics, like the top 2 things that people give a shit about when it comes to like high-level competing of multi-talented fucking bullshit. Oh, is it the X Games?
Is there a Special Olympics Winter Games?
Pretty sure. Yeah. I'm almost positive. Yeah, there must be.
There's got to be, right?
Right. I'm sure. But yeah, it's like these bigger names are what people care for. X Games, like what else is there? You know? So people are like, what, you know, like nobody gives a fuck about FIZU or FISA or whatever the fuck it is. Nobody gives a shit.
No, they don't.
No, I mean, they got a lot of fucking gear up there doing stuff, but I'm sure there's
Oh, yeah.
plenty of people who give a shit that people are competing, their families. It means something. It's not that it doesn't mean anything. It's just people's fucking attention spans for this kind of shit. Again, I swear it's the streaming age, man. In the 80s, people would have fucking eaten this shit up. Oh my God, there's something to do
time.
instead
Even
of
the 90s.
Yeah, even instead of the 3 channels or 23 channels if you had cable of television that I have. There's something to do. People are like, well, fuck, I can just watch that on ESPN Plus or whatever. I can stream that.
Yeah, and get way better footage.
Or even the fact
and
that
like
a lot
actually
of the
see
shit.
the whole race, not just the bottom quarter.
Well, also, there's a lot of shit going on with fucking people, having to work during the fucking week.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that you can easily take off a whole day for a lot of people in this area. But what's cool is apparently because of the lack of attendance, this is what I hear. We'll call it lack of attendance. Maybe it's another reason, but I heard that they reached out to local schools and are having schools go up. And I think tomorrow is this local schools, municipalities going up there for the day to watch like snowboarding competition or something cool like that. So
that's cool.
Hey, that's cool, man. Get some kids interested in shit. If, this day and age, you're lucky if you got, you remember back when it was like going up and skiing on the weekend. You saw like anyone who was anyone in our school was usually up in the mountain, at least on Saturday. Maybe both, but usually Saturday they'd be up there skiing like the whole day, till 4:30 or whatever. Last run, skiing down the lift strap, like get the whole fucking day in. And that was normal. Now I'm sure it's nothing like that with kids. It's like, I'm sure select groups of kids whose parents grew up with it and continue doing it.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is like, and it kind of frustrates me, but Gabe and Ava, they don't really ski.
They'd probably rather be chilling, watching something on a tablet or, which isn't a horrible thing, especially if they're creating or
they're both very creative, very artistic kids, very cool. I love it. They don't just get sucked into, TikTok or anything like that.
Right. I don't think I would have, if I'd been given an option, when I was younger, especially, I would have not skied.
You would have, what would you have done?
I don't know, but I think I would have had more fun, like in my head. Like I'm thinking of how I would have thought then. It would have been cooler to like, draw, and because I like to draw and stuff like that. But like I eventually grew to love it, but I definitely felt forced for the longest time. And that's the thing too now, is that everyone is soft. No, a lot of people are soft.
Soft as hell now, dude.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing to not force your kids to do something that they don't want, but do something that they don't want to. But also, how do they know that they want to do it if they don't give it at least a few tries?
Exactly, and that's
so.
One
where's
of the
the level? Is it forcing or
yes?
Is it a positive reinforcement or not?
Yeah. No, I hear that. I hear that for sure. Yeah, like what we're gonna do with Ella. We're basically gonna make her try a bunch of different shit. You're gonna try. You don't like it? Awesome. That's totally fine. Let's find something that you do love, and we're gonna find what she loves. So far it's food and reading, so I'm gonna have a chubby bookworm sitting in my house, but that's cool, man.
Hey,
whatever.
Also, look at the age she is. It's not like you're talking about a 12-year-old. She likes eating and reading.
Yeah.
Has to have a ruler
like
to
that
flip
episode of South Park with Cartman in front of the computer screen.
Bathroom.
With all the kids.
Bathroom,
oh my
Mom.
God. So disgusting.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah.
See,
man.
I had to ski. I love it so much.
I also grew up figure skating. Figure skating,
cool.
Skiing, baseball, all things that I kind of got pushed to do. Scouts.
Yeah. Like that too.
I wanted to play. I did soccer on my own. I wanted to play soccer for some reason in high school on my own. I was pretty all right at it when I could play, and I wasn't ineligible. Because I usually fucked up. Then I tried playing baseball in high school, and both times it was always like it always started like right before you could become ineligible. And I'd be like, just like getting on the team and stuff, and be like, you can't show up to practice anymore. You're ineligible. You're failing more than 2 courses or whatever. And I'd be like, fuck. Or 1 course or whatever the fucking ineligibility thing was. I'm like, shit. Okay. So I never played in an actual high school baseball game.
Are you serious?
I only ever got into early practice, like the
So
both
that's
times
like
that
4 weeks of shit, and then you're done.
2, if I was
Yeah.
lucky, 3 maybe.
Well, did you do pitchers and catchers?
Huh?
Were you a pitcher or a catcher?
No, I don't
Oh, okay.
think I was. I don't even know if we ever got to the point where we figured out what I was. I might have been like when I left. Well, here's the thing.
You generally know what fucking position you play in baseball. You get one.
I never even got a goddamn jersey, bro. Like I never got even that far. Like it was probably within the start.
Oh, shit.
And maybe they did that on purpose so they didn't have to make new jerseys any fucking
Yeah, I didn't
way.
want to weed. They had to weed them out. Yeah.
Yeah, weed out the piece of shit academic motherfuckers who just want to smoke weed and do whatever the fuck else I did when I was a teenager.
It's
Anyways,
student athlete. Student first.
Fucking. Anyhow, I never got to do that shit, so I didn't do that shit, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I wanted to do that shit. I really wanted to do that shit really badly, but like my grades just didn't go for it.
Here's one for you.
So.
Did you ever get honor roll at any point? Once. No? Yeah. See, that was always a thing in our house. So, can you get on honor roll? See, I always passed. Except for that one class. So I pretty much passed everything always. And for my sister, she was always on honor roll or like high honor roll, whatever. I think there's 2, right? There's honor roll and then high honor roll for the kids who are getting like 95 and higher or perfect scores and higher.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, because you never saw that shit. You never even knew what honor roll looked like. You'd heard about it. You'd heard about these
All
things.
I know is I was
And
on
at
a
our
roll,
school,
rolling doobies.
Yeah, I was doing that too. So, but see, that's the thing. I was able to do that and do the academics good enough till twice I got on a roll.
I had such bad ADD and ADHD and just, dude, trying to sit down and do homework was like torture.
Oh yeah, I never did homework.
I rarely did homework.
Hated it. Only tests.
I still passed. I still graduated high school when I was supposed to. I had to get some tutoring because I fucked off for the years leading up to it. But
really, yeah, passed.
Just made it
By the skin of his teeth.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I guess.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And look at him now. Look at this guy. Look at all these amazing things he has. Look at this.
And none of it
Look
will
at that
make you
DeLorean
happy.
behind his
None
head.
of it will make you happy.
No.
None of it.
No, but
things.
honestly, you've turned out pretty good for you know.
I could have easily.
I'm just saying, like,
could have
kids,
easily been
it's
a
not
fuck
the
up.
end of the world.
I know a lot
know.
of people who were similar to me that live very shitty lives because they didn't apply themselves after they got out.
Yeah. No. And that can sometimes be the trouble of living in a very tiny town. Growing up in a tiny town, you get sucked into it. You get sucked into the bullshit, and
Even the mindset that you're always going to be trapped in this tiny town. So why even bother trying? Because there's so many families that have been trapped here for generations.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely, generations is exactly right.
No doubt.
And you get a lot of people around here who will not support you.
Right.
And they want you to fail because they don't want to see you succeed and do something that they just couldn't do. Well, fuck that. That's what we say.
Yeah, fuck that.
Let it swing, man. Do what you got to do.
That's why I don't really feel bad for people who didn't try hard enough. Because you really don't even have to try
No.
that hard to
No.
go
You don't.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just outside of town. I'm just saying somewhere in life besides doing nothing, like literally nothing, collecting a check from the government because you swindled them. And really, what it comes down to is you're lazy or, whatever.
Yeah.
God, I'd love to be lazy sometime.
Fear.
Of course, a lot of it's fear.
Yeah, a lot of it is fear of failure.
Fear of failure
I
is a
get
huge
that.
thing.
It sucks.
I still have
I've had fear of failure a lot. I'm having it right now.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Always. It's like a constant in my life.
Trust me, I'm there with you right now, too.
Yeah.
Just a lot now, being 40, riding on the horizon that I got to get ready for. And it's like, I should already be ready. What am I doing?
But you know what? The nice thing is you've seen a lot of things and you have a bunch of friends who have dealt with things. You're in a fine spot. You'll be all right.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're like a fucking cat, dude. You're like, I mean, motherfucker's gonna land on his feet. Motherfucker gonna do okay.
I usually do. I've
seen videos of people like dropping a cat from 2 stories and they're just like and take off running.
Were you watching this fucking PETASucks.com? Like, who the fuck drops their cat?
I can't remember.
That's horrible.
No, it's like one of those circus kind of things. Like watch this cat who can jump from such and such height. And they land on a pillow, and the person down below catches them in a pillow. You've never seen that before?
No.
Really? Huh.
Yes. Really?
This is a thing. I think it's even been in a movie. In fact, I want to say it was Big Fish with Danny DeVito, Ewan McGregor.
I've kind of seen it.
Yeah.
I know I've kind of seen it, but I don't remember that.
Well, one of the parts of that movie, he's in the circus and all that.
I would have made a great rough and tumble Superman.
Rough and tumble Superman?
Up and away, Lois.
Oh, have you seen that? Hold on, have you seen that video of this chick on Family Feud? And they're doing okay, now you're gonna have to name what is Popeye's favorite food. And the guy is getting ready to hit the buzzer, but she hits it faster and she goes, I know this, chicken. And she's this blonde chick and she's so happy. And her whole family looks at her and they're like, what the? Oh man, they're all super pissed at her. And then she goes, oh.
Did she have a stroke and say the wrong word?
Chicken. She was really happy about it too. She knew. She was like, I know this answer. Popeye loves chicken.
That's why she thought Popeye's chicken. I got it now. I figured it out. I didn't understand it at first. Because it's spinach. Duh.
Yeah, it's spinach, bro. Yeah, and you see like an anchor pop out of this bicep, an anchor pop out of this bicep.
Yeah, and a big old fucking boner pop out of the center bicep. Fucking break open the can with serrated edges. Then he cut himself and re-heal because he was Popeye. Just to show off in front of Bluto, make him a little scared, put a little of the blood under his eyes, warping, come after him, you know, bro.
Have you seen the guy that Popeye is based off of, the real life person?
No.
It's pretty interesting. He looks just like him.
Gross.
Yeah, no, it's pretty interesting. You should look that up though. It's pretty cool. There is a real life Popeye that passed away. A long time ago. But yeah, that character is based off of a real person, and there's a whole story that goes along with that guy, I guess.
Just like every person has a story. That guy did too.
Yeah. I've got a lot of stories. Got a lot of stories about this guy helping me pee on a car. Look at his eyes. They just like popped out of his fucking head like, you did not just say that, Bubba.
Are you referring to piss pals?
You know I am. But we're not going to get into that today. That's a little bit more of a,
why
season
is there
finale.
so much? Yeah, maybe what ties all this together is the whole season has things about piss and shit.
It does. It really does. We talk a lot about caca.
Maybe we need to. Maybe that'll finish it up. Yeah, maybe there is only a few more episodes of this season before we start anew and leave the piss and the shit stories in the past.
But they're so good. Man, I like a good pee-pee story. I like a good poo-poo story.
They're usually all right.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of what is it?
Like a million things come flooding to your brain when you hear piss pals.
Oh man.
So many things.
Peanut butter under the door handle, baby.
Oh man. I can't wait to tell this story. Oh man. 4 men, 1 car.
Sound like 2 girls, 1 cup, 4 men, 1 car. Coming this summer, everybody's favorite Piss Pals, rated R.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah. Now we'll definitely have to get into that another day. But
this is not moonshine, by the way.
Sure.
I know it's like, you're like, what is this one clear liquid inside of a mason jar?
That's why he's wearing
water.
Funny goggles, because he's going blind from drinking moonshine straight. He looks like fucking Bubbles. Oh. But yeah, man, I think that's a good week. Nothing's really pissing me off this week, I don't think. So we're good. Yeah, man.
Nothing's pissed you off this week?
Yeah, not really.
Really? Huh.
It
Weird.
happens, man.
This guy bitches all the time.
Please. Bitch, please. No, nothing nothing of note that I can think of.
Nothing of note.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we just don't want to get into certain things. Copy.
No, not even that. Nothing to note. There's like literally nothing that.
No notes.
No notes.
No notes.
And I didn't even have notes this week. I didn't even know what the fuck.
I didn't come into it with notes.
I didn't even know what the fuck.
Well, I did kind of. The lady cop thing. I was like,
that's the only thing. But I was like, maybe I won't. Maybe I will. And I was gonna put it in the notes, but I didn't. I was like, because we're either gonna end up talking about it or not.
Yeah, no, we definitely. Everybody's talking about this right now. That's like all people can talk about.
Yeah,
and it's surprising. Like, how is that? There's so many things going on in the world nowadays. And what are we most talking about and putting into the media?
Full on lady who got shit shows.
Yeah, just this lady got the train ran on her at the police department, and the night shift is down 1 sergeant or a couple sergeants now.
She got frisked, ticketed, and served.
How many times do you think they use those batons? What about a taser? Do you think a taser was ever involved?
I hope so. It would
explain fucked up.
It'd explain it. Listen, man, the whole situation's fucked up. I can't even believe we circled back to this, but the whole situation's fucked up. And I just hope the husband knows that he probably shouldn't continue.
Dude, get out.
Get out
now.
Run,
bro.
Don't look back. It's
do
fine.
yourself a favor.
Sorry, your life is in shambles right now, but it'll get better. It always
will. There's always another one.
Run. Do not look back. Do not collect.
Do not pass go.
Do not pass go.
Do not collect $200.
Do not get STDs from your wife. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You know, I'm pretty sure that she's got to have something, right? I mean, that's just too many sexual partners
no,
to
I mean,
not
not
have something.
necessarily. Not necessarily. They could have been safe. You never know.
Yeah, well, you know, when it starts to get to those numbers of different people, I'm pretty sure that kind of logic goes out the window pretty quick. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just saying.
Caught it. Yeah, I mean, I get you. I get you.
You know, oh, I'm pretty sure they must have been safe. I don't know. Bubba is just fly.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm Bubba.
Bye. We're canceled. Canceled because the lady was a whore.
Okay, Jenny.